Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Something new we're trying out here. Check it out. Look at this box art. One of them is not real, right? One of them is fake. Now, here's the other thing. There's 3 differences. So not only do you have to guess the real one, don't cheat, don't look it up. Just look, how well do you know Joust for the Atari 2600? So on top of that, there's 3 differences, and you get to spot them. I'll give you the answer at the end of the video, no problem. But, while I'm talking to you about something else, you can, look at the screen and, it's a game within talking about a game, if you will. I wanted to talk about a couple of things, and maybe I'm not the only one, and I was thinking about this because I was playing Joust on the 2600, even though I have access, of course, to the arcade game. Why? Why would anybody do that? Sometimes I do it just out of the appreciation of what they were able to do with so little. The 2600 was really a limit. It was great for its time, right? When it first came out, it was the latest and greatest. It's the only video game option for a lot of people out there. But it was really limited in its power. But some of the programming was great. Some of the games, you could still have fun with. And this Joust is one of them. Even though it's a little bit harder to control, I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit harder to control than the original arcade. If you play this with 2 players, you are going to have tons of fun, let me tell you. The versus aspect, just puts a whole different spin on it. It's awesome. It's awesome. And part of, the fact that it is harder to control makes it fun. But what was really amazing to me back in the day is that they were able to capture the essence of the game. The essence of the game is still here, even though you're just playing it on the 2600, even though you have the hardware limitations, even though you have the sound limitations. They were still able to put the gameplay in here and even put the pterodactyl in there. Let me tell you, that was one of the hardest words to pronounce for me when I first got back to the U.S. I was like, geez, English as a second language, when English has these interesting words, it's a little bit hard. But let me tell you, what a fun game, what a fun ride, fun with your friends, and probably that's why I play it. And that's really, the thing that I want to discuss. And I don't know if I'm the only one. I don't know if I'm the only one that goes back and plays, Donkey Kong on the ColecoVision or plays Joust on Atari. Because it's understandable if you have a game like Pitfall, right? That was where it came out. That's where you had fun with it. There is no other option, right? There is not a better option. The criticism that you hear from young people now is like, how can you like that? It's so blocky and choppy and stuff like that. Well, let me tell you, some of the games, the gameplay still holds up, and this is one of those games. Let me ask you, have you figured it out? Which one is it? Don't worry, I'll give it to you at the end. But going back to this discussion, there's several games on Atari 2600 that are just marvels of programming, where I'm just sitting like, how did you do this? And again, this is one of those games. And let me tell you, with my friends, we had so much fun with this particular game. I remember, because, we were kids, and the height of our afternoon was playing 2600, sometimes on my black and white TV, and just having candies and bubble gum, and waiting for the ice cream man to come, whenever we had money. We'd just be sitting there on rotation. And the greatest thing for us is when we could have the 2 TVs. We had a color TV where, the cable was at. And then I had my black and white, which is where I usually played my video games. So if I was, by myself with my friends, or, my mom was out working, what have you, I would bring the TV into the living room, the second TV, and then we would have MTV playing in the background, because that was really, for a lot of us, the soundtrack of our lives was on MTV. A lot of the music was there. Radio is still around, but MTV was it. It was just such a new concept, and we were finding new bands. MTV played some things that they would never play on the radio sometimes. So it was cool. It was really cool. So, have you figured it out yet? Do you know which one it is? It's the one on the right. It's the one on the right. Yeah, the one on the right has the differences. If you guys like this kind of video, let me know. Let me know how long it took you to figure it out. And it's the one on the right, but let me tell you what the differences are. Maybe you found, which one it wasn't, but I'll tell you what the differences are. Difference number one is that the egg has a crack on it. If you really look closely at it, the egg number 2 has a crack on it. The second difference, of course, is there's more birds following the knight and on the ostrich, right? There's only supposed to be 2. There's 4 on this one, and probably the hardest one that I put in there, right, that maybe you didn't figure out, is that the knight has a beard in one and is clean shaven on the other one. The beard, that's a little unfair, right? Because I made the beard light brown, so you really have to look. But there it is, right? Those are the 3 differences, and that's the fake cover. And I had fun doing this. I had fun making it. So I'll probably make more of these. Compare gameplays and just have fun. I'm making this later on in the day. I'm tired. I'm taking a medication that gives me an allergic reaction, and it's making my jaw swell, so I don't even want to be on camera. That's why you don't see me on here. And I was playing Joust. So, I got the idea from that. So hopefully you guys like this too. This is like a nightcap, something you can watch at night before you go to bed or something like that. I don't know. You can watch it anytime, really. But I hope you had fun. I hope you had fun trying to figure it out, and I will do more of these, right? Because there's a lot of iconic covers, especially on the 2600, and in television too, where you look at the cover, you think you remember it, it, but how well do you know it? How well do you remember it, right? Would you be able to tell the difference right away? That's the fun of the game, right? All right, humans, thank you so much for joining me. If you want to, please hit that subscribe button for me. It'll help the channel a lot. Make sure you hit the like button and join if you can. Thank you so much. I'll catch you on the next one. Please stay blessed out there. Hope you have a great Sunday, and I'll see you next time. Take care.